Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. Today doing the next part of this 168 value bulk order, Pokemon order that I sent in September of 2020. Took them a little bit over a year to get back. I did not get any upcharges. They cost me $9 per card. There's a lot of cards in this order that I would never send in at a higher rate. So I'm glad I got them sent in when I did because they're for my collection. I will say my grader that did this order has been very harsh, and I've thought a couple times like, why am I even recording this? I mean, the grades are so lousy, but it'd be a disservice to you guys as viewers to only show the good, happy returns. I mean, this is grading. This is grading cards. This is why I don't send a bunch of the same card in on one order, because graders are human. If they're having a bad day, they are not going to grade you as good as a good day, because this is not computer grading. This is human grading. And if you send in a bunch of the same card, you can watch other PSA submission videos. They will give half of them a good grade and half of them a bad grade. It's just the way they do it. I hate that they do it that way, but that's how they do it. So I've always just sent in, like, once in a while I'll send in a couple of the same card, but I try to split the same cards up into different orders, and that's worked for me, because some orders your grader is a happy, very fair grader, and sometimes you get one that's maybe having a bad week, or they're getting tired of grading Pokemon cards or whatever. And it seems like you can also get some very harsh graders, and that's what I'm getting here. But I definitely wanted to show not just the happy-go-lucky side of grading, but also that send an order in, you could get some harsh grades. It's not always going to be sunshiny. All right, I just want them to grade them fair. If it's a PSA 9, give it a 9. If it's a PSA 6, give it a 6. You know, don't take a card that is pretty much perfect except slightly off center and give it a PSA 8. That's stupid. You know, it just irritates people and makes grading seem like a joke, which it probably is, but I just wish they wouldn't do things that way. Anyway, let's continue with this order. This card, the back looks really good. I do see a slight little white tip in that corner. It's a Blastoise EX from Evolutions. As you do the order, you can kind of get a feel for the grader. I feel like this grader is not going to give an Evolutions card a 10, so I'm going to guess this got a 9. Yeah, PSA 9. You know, once you get a feel for this grader, you kind of guess the grade's a little bit easier. But even so, I'm almost always getting a grade lower than what I guess this grader's giving me, which is pretty harsh anyway. So this one, definitely white tip up there. Slight little white there. So this is not a PSA 10. Oh, it's a Lugia promo. This came out of a 10, so it's probably got little pinch marks from the 10. I'm hoping this can get a 9, but I feel like this grader probably would give this a 7. I mean, an 8, and it was 8. I meant to say 8, not 7. All right, next card. You know, this card looks very good from the back. Centering looks pretty good, maybe slightly thicker on that side. No whitening. Mewtwo EX. It pains me that this card is in this order. I keep saying that because I know it's not going to get graded as fair as it could be from another grader. It looks like a 10 to me, or at least has a chance at a 10. But I always take off one grade on this order because I think the grader is extra picky. This is a promo from a 10, so I'm gonna guess 9, 8. Unbelievable, this guy. Like, there's no reason this should be an 8. Just ridiculous. Like there's no, I don't see any little pinch marks from the tin. This type of stuff drives me nuts. Okay. That's why they say buy the card, not the grade, guys. But of course, the marketplace definitely dictates by grade. So at least this is something for me to keep. But man, it's like, and then that's why people send stuff in to regrade, and then PSA wonders why some people send so many cards in. It's because they have inconsistencies. They know that I can break this out of this case, send it in, get a different grader, and this might come back a 10. That's what is stupid about PSA. Is inconsistencies from grader to grader. If they're consistent, people would not risk trying to send cards in to get them regraded. And then the back of this one looks really good. A little bit thick on top. It's a Mew from Fates Collide. I think it's probably PSA 9, just because it's not perfectly centered. Yeah, PSA 9. That one. All right, this card definitely have white tips. 2 white tips on this bottom corner. There's a pretty decent one right there. So this is not a 10 quality card. Oh, this is a legend card. Cool. These are really neat. It's like, this is the top half of this card, the Suicune and Entei Legend. And the whole card is hollow. I don't know if you can see all that hollow on the card. And then the bottom card is the rest of this Entei. They're very tough to grade because there's so much hollow on them. I'm hoping I get 9 on this. That'd be a really nice grade for this old of a card. I got the 8. I feel like it's maybe a little bit of a tough grade, but there may be a scratch on there that I'm not seeing. But really cool card. But of course, this order it's going to get an 8. That upper corner definitely has a big white spot. Some whiting there. Some down there. Mo Rotom. This is from Rising Rivals. It's like an insert set inside of that set. They're all like these cracked ice cards. I'm guessing this is probably an 8. A 3. Okay. There is a little bit of a bend in the card right there that I did not see. You can definitely see it in the light right there. Boy, that does not look like a 3 to me. But, I mean, you're arguing if it has a bend in the card, what, you might be able to get a 4 out of it possibly. So, yeah. Definitely didn't see that. And, of course, you would never send in that card if you thought it would get a 3. You gotta look your cards over good, guys. This is a good lesson for me to really look cards over. Because back here, when I did this order, it was $9 per card to grade. No biggie. When PSA opens up bulk orders again, it might be $50 a card. You have better make sure you have got a nice, very highly gradable card to spend that kind of money. Alright, this one, some very slight edge wear. A couple of those corners. Oh, the Xerneas. This is a Prism Star or something like that card. I just wanted to try to see how one of these grades. That looks really nice. I think it could get a 10. I think the centering looks good. A 9. There was a little bit of whitening on the back, but man, that's really picky. That's a strong 9, I guess, I would say. This card definitely have whitening on those corners. All 4 corners have some whitening. Deoxys Reverse from Call of Legends. I love the Call of Legends cards. I hope this gets a 9, but it's really tough to grade stuff like this because of all this surface. Yeah, PSA 8. And I would never expect this grader to give me, you know, a break on a card. That's for sure. Like if it's in between grades, he's always going to go to the lower side. Now this seems like it has... See, now, I never saw this on this card. This looks like the exact same type of crease on this card. If you can see that in the light. There. I don't remember this being on my card. And I don't know if this card grader's having a bad day and just jammed my cards into his grading equipment or what. But, come on now. I mean, that's definitely... I mean, this is going to be a 3. That's a shame. That's a nice Typhlosion that got damaged. And they're not going to come to you and say, hey, we damaged your card, dude. A 5. Yeah. It's hard to prove it. I'm going to have to look at my video and see if I can catch that upper corner. I doubt I showed the back of the card, so be very difficult to prove that they damaged it. Got both these caddy corners have a white tip. Jolteon, I'd love to get this as a 9. It looks like a 9 to me, but it does have a lot of surface to get scratches. A 7. And it's just me, but you would, if you have a PSA 7, you have got to have scratches on the hollow, and there are not scratches on there. All right, next one. Next box, I should say. Yeah, this order right here, this order might break me, guys. I have a bunch of cards that I'm waiting to, been waiting for PSA to open back up, but I can't risk getting this type of a grader, you know, someone that's just handing out lower grades than they should. I mean, that's the bottom line here. There's been so few cards that I've said, yeah, that's a fair grade. Almost every one of them has been lower than what I thought the grade should be. And that just, you know, I'm not a grader, but I've been pretty good at guessing what the grades are going to be on other orders. And it just feels like this grader is just super harsh. And I'm not going to risk spending $50 a card on stuff and sending to them and get hosed on grades. It's just not worth it. I mean, this is not good. I mean, this one definitely has a lot of edge wear on all the 4 corners. This is the Entei. This is from a 10. Really cool. All the borders got hollow. I'm guessing this is probably a PSA 8. It is a PSA 8. It's really tough to get these graded because they often have little pinch marks from the 10s. Alright, this one, a little bit of whitening on that edge and that one. A little bit thicker on top. Okay, now these are notorious for not grading very good, so my goal is to get 8s on these. If I get anything above 8s, I'm going to be very happy. These were all from the same box set. It was from a Sylveon collection. But they're notorious for being very tough to grade. Just the quality was not up there. So let's hope for 8s on this. Ooh, got a 9. That's a shocker. I don't even know if I've seen one of these as a 9 before. So that is awesome. And man, this is inconsistencies, guys. It's like, this definitely has whitening on the corners. And I had PSA 8s and 7s in this order that didn't have any whitening on the edges. So It's like, come on, man. You got to look at each card under the same light. Wow, this one has a lot of whitening on the edges and stuff. Even right there on this edge. Yeah, this one's going to be a rough grade. It's Leafeon from that same set. But I would say this is probably a 7. It's got quite a bit of edge wear. I would love for it to get an 8, but I think that's probably a 7. Yep, PSA 7. That's fair. To the back of that one looks like a 7. This one's got a white tip there, a little bit of whitening there. This one's not as bad as that last one on the back. It's a Glaceon. These are such cool promos. I'm going to guess this got an 8. Yep, PSA 8. It definitely feels like it's in between that 7 and the 9. Alright, this one. Just really only a couple little white spots in the bottom corners. The Eevee. I actually really like the centering on that. I think this could get a 9 if the Vaporeon got a 9. A 7. Yeah, I don't get it. Next one. We got a couple of little white tips there. One there. The Jolteon. Centering looks good. I'm going to guess this might have gotten... I think it could get a 9, but I'm going to say 8. Yeah, 8. 8 is a good grade for that card. Definitely has a white spot there and a pretty big one in that corner. There's some up here. One there. The Espeon. Looks really good, really cool with that background. I'm hoping for an 8. A 6. Now 6, it's got to have a binder dent somewhere for a 6. And I just don't see it. There's got to be indent somewhere. Alright, next one. Definitely quite a bit. There's a white spot there, there. There's a lot of whitening on the edges. Of course, it's got to be the Umbreon that has all that whitening. So I'm guessing this is probably a 7 because it has quite a bit of edge wear. Yeah, PSA 7. I can live with that. I wish it wasn't a 7, but it'd be hard to get higher than that. Definitely a big white spot there. Some on this edge. That corner's got whitening. The Flareon. This is probably between a 7 and an 8. So I'm guessing they gave me a 7. Yep, PSA 7. And those are pretty old. They're from 2013. So they spent a lot of time in binders. Okay, that one's got a white dot there. Oh, Shining Jirachi. So we're back to some more modern stuff. This does not look like a 10 on this card. I'm hoping I can get a 9. The centering it's definitely thicker on top. An 8. Again, I'm getting the shaft on every single grade, almost. Getting a lower grade than what I'm guessing here. Definitely a white tip there. Some whitening on that bottom corner. The centering's definitely off. Shining Rayquaza. Awesome card, but that's got to be an 8. If that Jirachi was an 8, this is an 8. Yeah, PSA 8. Now this one, the back looks great. Centering, everything looks great on the back. Ah, Shining Mew. Can we get a 10? I bet you they don't give me a 10, even though some graders might, because it is a little bit thinner on these two sides. So I'm guessing 9. Oh, got the 10. I did not have this in a 10. I can't believe this grader gave this a 10. Okay, I'll take it. That's definitely a keeper for me. Very tough card to get as a 10. That's probably the best card out of the whole order so far. This one looks pretty clean on the back. Maybe a little thicker on top. Ah, the Mythical Mew. I have quite a few of these, so I've been slowly sending them in. This is the first one I've gotten back. I'm guessing this is a 9. There's a lot of hollow on this card. Yeah, PSA 9. That's very fair. I'm happy with that. And this card, definitely thicker on top. Thicker on this side. Oh, I must send in all my mythical cards in this order. Can we get a 9 on this one? Yeah, there we go. I'll take PSA 9s on these. I gotta kind of step on it. I want to get through the rest of this box on this video. The back of this looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit of whitening there. The Genesect, the Mythical Collection Genesect. Can we go 3 for 3 on 9s? A 7. Not sure what happened with that one. That one got the 7. Alright, this one, definitely thicker on top. Maybe a little white spot down there. The Mythical Manaphy. That's kind of a tongue twister. That looks like a 9. Yep, PSA 9. Very nice. I wonder if the printing is not lined up good on this or something. I haven't been really checking that. Yeah, printing looks good. Like an offset print or something. This one, there's a little white spot there. I think there's a little white, there's some white right there. The Reshiram, this one has silvering on the edge. I remember this. But such a tough card to get as a nice grade. I haven't looked at the pop reports on these, but I bet you they're super tough to get graded. I'm gonna guess an 8 because of the silvering. 7. Man, that's too harsh. Sorry. This does not look like a 7. That looks like a possible 9, like a weak 9 or strong 8. I mean, even vintage Pokemon cards with the silvering issues, I think they sometimes don't take off any for that, and sometimes will give you down to like a PSA 8 because of silvering. Not 7. There's a little bit of a corner issue down there. The Palkia, this is one of those, it's definitely got silvering on the top and the bottom, so I'm guessing this grader probably gave this a 7. No, he gave that one an 8. So thank you for that one being 8. The artworks on these are amazing. Alright, last one for this video. Little white spot there. Dialga. Lots of silvering. You can really see silvering on that edge. I'm guessing this was probably a 7 with all that silvering. No, it got the 8. So there must have been something else going on with the Reshiram. But like I said earlier, these cards like these full art promos, they are going nowhere. They're in my personal collection, and I just want to get them slabbed, and they look awesome slabbed. So yeah, they're gonna get 7s and 8s on them, but I don't care. They're gonna be very tough to get graded because they came out of those old boxes, promo boxes, and are tough to grade. Alright, stay tuned for more videos. We will continue on with this order. Hope you guys are enjoying this order. I am still enjoying it, even though I'm being drove batty with these grades. But, I mean, these are cards these are from my personal collection. So, if they get 5s, I'm okay with them. I'm keeping them. But you always want to get those, like, 9s and 10s, right? Alright, stay tuned for more videos.